Greetings and salutations. Hello, everyone on the interwebs. Hey, everybody. I'm so glad that you're here. Let me get situated here. I'm early, so don't panic. Because that's how I roll, right? That's what I do. All right. Let me get you guys zoomed in here a little bit because I gotta be able to read the commentary. Whoa, now you're really up close and personal. That's the way I like it. Okay, I know there were a ton of comments, so let me go ahead and get to the comments section because everybody is just like, they're on to me, man. You guys are on to me. Like, I say 6:30, but what I really mean is, I don't know, sometime before that. Okay. Let me jump right in here because we've got tons of comments. I'm already behind. I got to catch up. So Mary Lynn says, hey, Allie, I have a meeting at 6:30 tonight. Oh, so you're going to miss the live. Love you. Love your videos, your humor, all your awesome info. Yay. Well, Mary Lynn, I'm so sorry that you have a meeting. It probably could have been an email. I'm just kidding. But I'm so glad that you stopped by to say hi. Thank you so much. And don't forget, you can always catch it on the replay. Joni, just sitting here waiting for the live to start. I know. I saw you. When I was fixing my hair. I was like, okay, I got to hurry up because Joni's out there. She's just waiting. Look, Venus, she was like, I'm waiting too. I was not going to make you wait very long. That's true. Tammy's in the house. Woo, woo. All my early peoples. Jillian in the house. I'm so glad that you're here. Mercedes 64 running on a Nintendo 64. That's anytime I see 64, that's what I think of. Here from Wisconsin. Cheesehead in the house. Love it. Strega. Love you. DJ's in the house. Sharon's in the house. I think I'm just going to sing. I'm just going to sing, everybody. Sandra causing trouble. Cheater. You be starting early. Yes, this is what I do. When you are a master of your own destiny, you can start things before the start time. That's what I do. But I don't like really start getting into the questions until it's the start time. So I try to be fair to people. I know sometimes I just get excited and I start early. Doris in the house. Janet in the house. We need like a theme song. That's what we need. I know somebody suggested that before, and I have every intention of making one someday. Someday. Losing it Grays. Allie, you are looking lovely tonight. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Do you cut your own bangs? Yes, I do. I am also very guilty of getting a haircut that is lots and lots of layers, and then I keep it up myself for a really long time. Because I don't know if you guys have been to the salon lately, but it's expensive. It's expensive. But yes, I've always done my own bangs. That's why you'll catch me in videos sometimes and my bangs are like, they're like a little bit longer on one side than they are the other side. It's because I'm trying to get the hang of it. But yes, but thank you for noticing. Speaking of looking lovely, I made this necklace today to go with my shirt. Fitflavorfun. Fitflavorfun. Look, I even busted out. If you can see it, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. Look, hang on. Oh my gosh, stuff's falling down. Hold on. Catastrophe. I got to get rid of the banner so you can see it. Hang on. Okay, just hide the banner. Okay. All right. Look. MC Hammer Pants. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Okay. I gotta pick up all this stuff that I dropped. Yeah, so I'm wearing a shirt. I know a lot of people got their shirts this week. Everybody was posting them in the group. Love that. Okay. Where's my banner? Put it back up there. Okay. Let me get back to your comments. Okay. Do. Okay, I'm back. Kate is in the house. Tammy. It's Tammy. Oh, saying hi to Tammy. Okay, I gotta get caught up because now everybody's saying hi to each other. So hang on. Hello. Hi, Debbie. Oh, here we go. Janet said, I'm nervous to go up to 7.5. I hear many horror stories. Yeah, so I did too. When I originally went up to 7.5, I was like, oh, this is, scary. Like I was doing so much research. And let me tell you, the way that I felt going from 2.5 to 5, which is I had the fatigue, a little bit of nausea, maybe a headache for a day or two after shot day, and then I was fine. The rest of the week, that's the way it was when I went to 7.5. So it really wasn't terrible. Now, I stayed on 5 for a very long time. I think that where 7.5 got its bad rap was people in the beginning, in the beninging, they were like plowing through the doses, right? Like just going up every 4 weeks, super, super fast. And I think that by the time they got to 7.5, their body was like, whoa, we're going so fast. So I think that's where a lot of it comes from. There are mostly people that don't like 7.5 because of, and I don't know why, I can't explain it. I've said in videos before, I don't have any scientific proof, but for some reason on 7.5, people do not lose as much weight. It's not true for everyone. I do have a couple of regulars who post in the comments of videos and say 7.5 is my jam, right? But the vast majority of people are like 7.5. What is this? Water? What are we doing? Speaking of water, let me know what you guys are drinking tonight because hydration is key. So Janet, I would say however you felt from going from 2.5 to 5, anticipate that that's what's going to happen with 7.5. And then you should be okay. You're going to be okay. You will survive. Hey. Hey, Nora's here. What's up? Margaret's in the house. Hello. Hey, Margaret. Okay. Miles is in the house. Hello. Hi. Hello. Just started 5, not getting much impact. Should I wait a bit longer to see side effects? To see effects. Yeah, so you want to stay on it for at least 5. 5 is the dosage. I'm so sorry. It's been a very long day. You want to stay on it at least 4 weeks, right? Because it takes 4 weeks for it to kind of build up in your system and get to the full strength. When you say you're not seeing much impact, tell me specifically what you mean. You mean you're not seeing any weight loss or you're not having side effects? Give me a little more info and then maybe we can go from there. But you want to stay on it at least 4 weeks before moving up to the next dose. Let me know if you're having any appetite suppression, right? Increased satiety. These are all kind of things that let you know that the dose is working. Hello there, ST Wong 71. Stawong. I'm just going to call you Stawong. Why? Because it's fun and I like it. Denisha's in the house. What's up? Wayne's World. It's Wayne's World. Hello. Wambolt. Wayne, that you might have the coolest name in history. Are you a superhero and you're just like tuning into my channel? Because that is an awesome name. You're either the lead singer of a band or you're a superhero. Which is it? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm waiting for that comment, Wayne, because that is awesome. Okay. Sooner Fangirl. Hello from OKC. Well, hello there. Megan. Hey, Megan. Enjoy your dogs. Megan. Pronounced Megan. That is so cool. Really? Oh my gosh, I love that. I think I'm going to add that to character names for my fantasy novel that I'm writing, Megan, because that is delightful. I don't think I've ever heard that before. That's so cool. Hey, Francine, tuning in from Orlando. That's where the big ears are. The big Disney ears. What is up? What is up? Hey. Stwong. Thanks for introducing me to LAMD. Yeah, absolutely. We have had a ton of people that have sent me questions, and I've still got to make my question and answer video for the NAD. But people have been emailing me and saying, "Oh my gosh, Allie, I have so much energy. I'm loving the NAD." So yeah, you're very welcome. I know that they're running some kind of sale that ends today. Don't quote me on what it is. I don't remember if it's for like tirzepatide, semaglutide, or if it's everything. I'm not sure. So definitely jump over to the website. If you're looking for the link, it'll be in the description box of this video. It'll be like either the first or the second one. So yeah, hop over there and check out the sale. It's pretty fantastic. Let me know if you're doing the NAD. I feel like I have started an NAD cult of sorts. People are like, Ellie, this is so great. I feel great. And I'm like, thank you. Me too. Me too. What is up, everybody? Okay, I gotta pay attention and get caught up. Tia, checking in for a minute. I always miss the lives. That is not allowed. You cannot miss the lives. But thank you for checking in. Z to the C. Hello from Florida, Idaho. If you're new here, that means Florida. Okay. Hey, Debbie says, Rick says hi too. Notice what he is wearing. Oh my gosh. Is it in the picture? Oh, I can't zoom in on it. Okay. Let Rick know that I can see him in the shirt, but I can't tell which one it is. Can you let me know? Did he get the regular? Did he get Be Kind Rewind? Okay. Or did he get Crunchy True Tide? Debbie, if you don't mind being the go-between, let me know what he decided on. I'm curious. What's up, Rick? I love that you're wearing your shirt, buddy. That's awesome. Okay. Da, da, da. Kate says, shocker. I always cut my own layered hair. Stop copying me. You stop copying me. Stop it. The twinning. We're always twinning. I am going to be so excited to catch up with everybody when work is not so crazy, because the past 2 weeks have just been insane. But yeah, but I was thinking, I was like, I could go get my hair done. Here's the problem. This is just me on a tangent. If you're here for the GLP1 content, I promise it's coming. Um, so when it comes to my hair, it's growing back from when I had the big stall and went up to maintenance calories and right because I was losing hair. It's coming back, but it's coming back very slowly, as hair does. And I keep seeing these videos of people with their short haircuts. Now, I don't want to do like a bob, but I keep seeing like these Bixies and Mixies, and I don't know. I'm like, oh, I might want to do that. But then I think about it and I'm like, do I really want to do that? I don't know. Who knows? I'll figure it out. Kate, maybe you can help me figure it out. I would have it professionally done, mind you, and then I would just maintain it myself. I'm not that crazy. I'm not one of those people that's like, come with me while I cut my hair in the bathroom. Right. I'm not that brave. Um, but if I have like the structure, then I can maintain it on my own. Okay. I'm gonna stop rambling. Love you guys. Okay. Gina said, look at me early and stuff. I want a shenanery shirt. Yeah. Well, you can absolutely get one. If you missed the video, it will be towards the beginning of the week, I believe. You'll see the shirts on the thumbnail. And it'll have the link where you can go and purchase the shirts directly from a small business. I don't get anything for you buying a shirt. You're just supporting a small business, right? Which is what we all want to do. And there's a couple of different options. So make sure you look in the drop down and see which one you want to do. But yeah, they're fantastic. And make sure you check out her other shirts because they're awesome too. I got 3 other shirts. Yeah. So I'll be wearing those too so you guys can see them. But yeah, I'm loving my shirt. Okay. Losing It Gray says, Janet, I'm getting off 7.5 after 3 months. Hey, that was pretty good. Wasn't too bad, but I understand your feelings. Take my first 10 milligram tonight. Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, I just resigned myself to like, okay, I'm going up into a new dose. It's gonna be, this is what it's gonna feel like. It's gonna feel like fatigue all over again. All right, Jillian coming in hot from rural PA. Followed you since I started in January, and you've been so helpful and motivating. Thank you. I usually just lurk, but maybe I'll join the gang. Jillian, there is so much room for your shenanery. And if you're going to be making comments like this that I can read like a newscaster, we're going to get along just fine. But I love you, and I'm so glad that you're here and that you've found my content helpful. That's awesome. Hammer time. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Hammer time. Sore arm pain is real. Oh, did you do an injection in your arm? Did I miss another comment somewhere? I was thinking about switching it up. I usually do abdomen, but I was thinking about switching it up to arm just to see if it changes anything. Okay. Denisha's drinking water. Oh. ZC says, after 5 months of 7.5, I started on 10 milligram on Wednesday. I'm freezing now. Yeah, I'm freezing too. I have a review coming of a heated jacket, like robe, essentially, that I'm going to be wearing at my desk. No lie. And I already have my little like heated things that I put in my shoes to keep my toes warm. Like it's just, I refuse to be cold this winter. Hello, Nicole. Look, Mercedes says 7.5 is my jam. See? Told you. Some people, they like it. She is also drinking water. I am drinking the Diet Coke, which counts as water. Hello, Sylvia. Hey, Teddy's here. Hey there, lovely lady and people. Hello. Teddy's in the house. Yeah, yeah. Woo, woo. He's got some great videos, so if you guys have not checked out his channel, definitely hop over there. Love Teddy. You don't know it, Teddy, but I love you. Jess says, good evening, everyone. Sipping on my LMNT grapefruit tonight. Ooh, that sounds good. I haven't tried that one yet. Let the shenanery ensue. Yes, absolutely. That was my dramatic reading for you, Jess. I hope you approve. Jennifer, she says, howdy, y'all. Well, she said, howdy, all. But I'm from the South, so it just came out, howdy, y'all. Sorry, Jennifer. I'm just putting words in your mouth that you didn't say. But you know what? I can do that. Okay, Denisha says, I started 7.5 this Monday from 261 to 260 yesterday. Today, 258.8. Okay, that's a downward spin. We like that. But how are you feeling? Are you feeling good? That's always the question that I want to ask. Sandy's in the house. Melissa's in the house. Lisa says, hey, hey, hey. Hey there. Oh, that's right. Sylvia, she's in Canada. Love that. I was helping out some of my Canadian customers earlier at work, and I was just like, hi, I love your country. It's so clean and pretty. Okay. Hey, Nora's got something. Don't forget, guys, if you have questions, put the QQQ or a couple of question marks in front because I want to make sure that I don't miss any of your questions. So if you have questions, you know what to do. I'm on Ozempic and I just went up to 5 dose and nothing, but doctor said I can do Mounjaro or however it's spelled. Yeah, you were close. Yeah. But insurance won't let me for like 3 more weeks. Okay, so Nora, I first and foremost, I just want to say that I am inherently biased when it comes to this. So just to put it out there, any time that I can recommend Mounjaro, if you're diabetic, Zepbound, weight loss, sleep apnea, all the things, tirzepatide, I will. If someone has a choice between semaglutide, Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro, Zepbound, tirzepatide, I am always going to push people toward Mounjaro. Do people have success on Ozempic? Yes. And I don't want to negate that. But for many people, what they find is that it's higher side effects, more severe side effects, and not as much weight loss. So if the weight loss is a factor for you, then I would definitely say the moment you can get insurance covered Mounjaro, go for it. Go for it. And you want to start at the lowest dose. If you're doing it strictly for A1C, right, for diabetes, then it's up to you. It depends on how you feel on Ozempic, right? You'll have to make that choice with your doctor. Obviously, I ain't a doctor. But if there's weight loss involved, I will always, always, always tell people get on Mounjaro, Zepbound, tirzepatide. When newer things come out that are even better, I imagine I'll be recommending those as well. So, yeah. By the way, if you are someone who is struggling with getting your GLP1 covered by insurance, if your prior authorizations are being denied, right? Make sure you check out the link in the description or it's down there in the little banner. It's getclaimable.com and you can use the code Fitflavorfun to save money on an already affordable option, right? They have a huge success rate when it comes to helping people get those prior authorizations authorized and get that medication covered by insurance. So if that's a struggle that you're having, definitely make sure you check that out. Oh my goodness, it's like Florida is taking over in the comments. We got Jennifer Taylor coming in from Clearwater. I used to live in Jupiter. Hello from Florida's West Coast. I don't know why the work people are blowing up my phone. And then we got Chad. Chad's in the house from Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, I need people to come to the forefront. Is everyone from Florida? What is happening? Okay, she's representing for Ohio. Okay. Guessing you guys are where was that? Yeah. Yeah. Strong. I did start the NAD plus after your video. Yeah, let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how you're feeling. I've had quite a few people message me and they were like, "Hey, I started out with the microdosing, but now I feel like I need to move up a little bit." It's totally okay. That's the great part about working one-on-one with doctors that are very well educated in these various peptides, right? Because then you've got somebody you can go to and say, "Hey, I need to bump up the dose," or, you know, they can help you out with that. So yeah, love that. Lena says, "Can you see me?" I see you. You mean your picture? Am I seeing your picture? Let me look. I can't really tell, but I see you there. What does that mean? Can you see me? Am I watching you? Am I on your TV right now? Amy says, "Hi, Amy here from Advance, North Kakalaki." Yes, she's in Advance, North Kakalaki. Hey, Amy. Love that. That's North Carolina for all you normies out there. I call it North Kakalaki. There's also a South Kakalaki. Amy, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, Debbie says, "How long before you start feeling good or have good side effects from NAD?" So this is going to depend on the person and the dose. For me, I started out at a microdose and felt it, within the hour. So it's just one of those things. I did have somebody who messaged me who said that it kind of took like 24 hours to kick in for them. So that's something. But yeah, for me, I immediately felt the difference. Now, for me, it does more than just give me energy, right? Help me with my fatigue. I can also feel it as far as like my ADD goes. The mental clarity is just phenomenal. So for me, I immediately started feeling it. But if you are starting out on microdose, you may need to move up. Now, the nice thing about NAD is it's not like other peptides where it's like, oh, you got to, stay on a certain dose for 4 weeks and then go up and right. You don't have to do that with NAD. If you do a microdose for a week or two and it's not doing anything for you, then you can talk to your doctor and go ahead and bump it up. It's a little bit of trial and error in the beginning to find that sweet spot. And then once you find it, then you're set. So I did have to go up in dose after probably about a month. So, which is good because you get a 3-month supply. So it all worked out. Listening in while I play taxi driving my son an hour away. Dawn's in the car. Okay, Dawn, please watch the road. Be careful. All right. I just started NAD plus yesterday, 35 units daily. Okay. That sounds like pretty standard dose, depending on where you got it from. Zepbound 10 milligrams since April, 225 in January. Now 159. That is awesome. That is fantastic. I love that for you. Good job. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, Debbie's back. Okay. He got Be Kind Rewind. Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check in with the store owner. I think her name's Elizabeth. I'm gonna have to check in with her and see which shirts are the most popular. I wanted to give people a couple of options. I wanted all the options, but that's just me. Not everybody wants that one, but that's awesome. I love that. Lena says, hello. Hi. I see you there. I do see you. It takes me a minute to catch up with the comments because there's always so many. So, Linda's in the house from across the pond. Hey, how's the weather over there on that side of the world? I'm so glad you're here. Denisha says, what does NAD plus do? Yeah, so NAD, in short, I have some videos that go in depth about this, both about my experience and what exactly NAD is. But in short, what it does is it's helping to replenish, right, something that we lose in our own system as we age, right? So we make NAD, but as we get older, right, it's like less and less and less and less. So what we're doing is we're doing an injectable. It also comes in a nasal spray for anybody who's interested. And we're just kind of giving our bodies that boost, right? So what it can do is give you energy. They make a whole bunch of claims about it helping you as far as, like beauty and skin. I don't know if I'm sold on all of that, but I am sold on the energy part. If you have ADD or ADHD, or you're just stressed out at work, like it can be really helpful when it comes to mental clarity and focus. I have felt that. That's a big, big one for me. If you have fatigue specifically caused by a GLP-1, NAD can be a lifesaver. And I tell people all the time, I wish that I had known about NAD back when I first started because the fatigue used to knock me out for like 3 or 4 days. And I basically just lived in the bed. If you go and watch my earliest videos, many of them are in fact in the bed. So yeah, but Denisha, definitely go check out those videos. I'm giving you the short version right now, but go check out those videos. I have two for NAD. Part 1 tells you all about it, all the claims, whether or not I think it's true or not. And then the second one is all about my experience testing it for 3 months. So definitely go check that out. Diane's here. Hi, everyone. Hello. Amy says, I want the NADs too. Working on it. Yeah, absolutely. So if you guys are looking for a source for NAD, I did a lot of research and I wanted to make sure that everyone had an option that, right, they were actually getting like an educated doctor. Here it is right here. The very first one in the little scrolly. It'll also be in the description box. So, you can go check that out. There's payment options, right? So I understand that for many people, that they're like, oh, I'm already paying out of pocket for a GLP-1 and now we're going to add on something else. For me, I feel like it's worth the money. And yes, I paid for it out of pocket myself and tested it myself. So, you know, you guys know I test everything before I bring it to you guys. So if you're looking for a good source, I've got it linked down there and you can go check them out. They have other peptide options. So if you're looking for something that's going to help you, they've got skincare products, they've got protein powder. I'm looking to try that soon. So I'll be slowly moving my way through the products, but for now, I'm in love with the NAD. So, all right, jump it down. Melanie, drinking my electrolyte water. Excellent. Good, good, good. Kate said, Allie, you should definitely get a mohawk. It's funny you should say that. I used to do a faux hawk where I would do the really slick, and then just in the middle and the tight ringlet curls. So it looked, like a fake mohawk. That was like my go-to hairstyle for going to any kind of concert or, venue or anything. That was like my jam. That was my signature hair move. But yeah. My problem with the mohawk is my head is shaped weird. So, getting close to the skin is problematic. You know how some people shave their head and you're like, "Ooh, that would be me." Cuz she bumpy. I don't know why. It wasn't dropped on my head, I promise. As far as I know. Lena said, "I said hello. Hello. Lena, I keep saying hello to you. And then you keep saying hello to me. Lena Moore. We're just going back and forth saying hello. I'm so happy you're here. I say hello to you." Kelly Faye. Loved my 7.5. I was on it for 26 weeks. Yeah, that's good. I lost 45% of my weight on it. Holy guacamole. Today's my 1-year Zep anniversary. Hey, great. I lost 68.1 pounds as of this morning. Rock star. Good job. I love that for you. Happy Zeppiversary. Okay. Debbie says, we both started the NAD Plus. It's working great. Okay, good. It's been a lifesaver for Rick. Yay! Most of his aches and pains are gone. Thank you so much. Oh, this is awesome. Debbie, thank you. And thank Rick, because you guys just made my day. That is phenomenal. Rick, I'm so happy for you. Buddy, if you were here, I'd give you a hug. That's awesome. See, and that's the kind of thing that I'm like, why are not more doctors in tune with this and doing this? Because, I mean, look, it's helping me. It's helping Rick. And let's just be honest. Rick is the bomb.com. I love that. Debbie, thank you for telling me that. You just made my night. I just moved to 10 milligram 5 weeks ago. I miss the days of the 10 milligram. I'm on 15 now. Venus says, hi, everyone. Just said, you guys are all inspiring me with the NAD Plus updates. I love it. I love it. And we have a lot of people who are regular subscribers of the channel, but they're not necessarily in the comments saying things, right? They're just very private people, which is totally fine. And many of them choose to email me and say, hey, I like your videos. I watch all your videos. I don't ever comment, but I wanted to email you and say, I'm really digging the NAD. And I just want to say, if you are one of those people where commenting is not your thing, or, coming to a live and, in the comments is not your thing, but something works well and helps you that I've talked about, I love it. I love it. I love it for you. And I love that I was, able to help you. So I love when people are like, hey, you don't know me because I don't ever comment, but thank you so much. Those are always, it just warms my heart. We got a new member. Woo, woo. Okay. If you join the membership, okay, make sure you go back and watch all of the old members' videos, because there are quite a few in there now that only the members get to see. So thank you for joining. That's awesome. Okay, Nicole says, I stick to my thighs, tried the other spot, did not like them at all. Yeah. I used to do exclusively thigh injections until I lost a significant weight in my thighs. And now it's just not as comfortable. Like I could still do it, right? But it's just not as comfortable anymore. I actually feel the injection, which is not fun. So, Lisa's in the house. Okay, Denisha said, I feel good. I was nervous about the symptoms. Yeah, I totally get that. Oh, what does NAD plus do for us while on a GLP-1? So for me, it really helps with the kind of side effects side of a GLP-1. Now, I want to be very, very clear because I have seen other creators that go off the deep end when they're talking about NAD and a GLP-1. It is not going to make you lose more weight. It is not going to, be some magic booster that super activates your super GLP-1. Okay. So that's not what it's about. What it is about is giving you that boost of energy. So for many, many people on GLP-1 meds, they're suffering from fatigue or low energy or feeling kind of bleh. You know, when you feel like you're not motivated to do anything, that feeling. The NAD helps with that in my experience. So there are some other things, right, that it can do, but the main thing as it pertains to a GLP-1 is helping with that fatigue, which I know is a big problem for a lot of people. Okay, arm shot girly. MJ works best in my arms. Yeah. I mean, that usually people have like one side or the other of their body that works better, and then a specific injection site that works best for them. So I'm thinking about switching it up and maybe doing back of the arm. I've been doing abdomen for a really, really long time. I'm thinking about switching it up. Okay. Candy's in the house and she's got a cute cat, it looks like. Yeah. Okay. Help. Uh-oh. I'm on 2.5 Mounjaro. Very successful, 7 weeks, 23 pounds. Nice. I'm 59 years old and I'm super grouchy. Anyone else? Yeah. So this is pretty common whenever you start a GLP-1. I experienced this when I started Mounjaro, and it kind of goes away on its own. One of the important things that we need to remember about GLP-1s is there's a brain component, right? So that same part of our brain that gets that dopamine hit from eating McDonald's or eating a piece of cake or, eating two big bowls of sugary cereal, right? That same part of our brain is the same part of our brain that's like, ugh, everything is just irritating me. Nothing makes me happy. It passes with time. So I would say just be aware of it, right? For everyone who's around you, like, just try to keep it in check. Some people are grouchier than others. But yeah, it goes away. It goes away. It doesn't last forever. Especially if you're having some other symptoms that are going along with it, right? Because if you're not feeling well and then you're just kind of bleh on top of that, right? It can make it a little bit worse. So just hang in there and do the best that you can. For me, I found that it did pass with time. So, okay. Lisa said, almost always do belly. I did do thigh on Monday. I was so hungry. Yeah. Yeah. It's a little bit of trial and error when you're looking at the different injection sites. Excuse me. Okay. Is it normal to have body aches after shot day? Yes. Love how my knees were hurting earlier. Yes. So, Denisha, if you go to some of my earlier videos, when I first started the channel, I talk a lot about the fatigue and the joint pain. Mine specifically was knees, hips, and then sometimes shoulders. But for the most part, it was knees and hips. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if that has to do with, your body and reducing the inflammation, right? Because usually when it comes to a joint, and again, I'm not a doctor, but when it comes to a joint, if there's a problem, if there's excess weight, if there's tension, if there's, pulling in the wrong direction or a muscle that's pulling tight on the joint, right? All of that can cause inflammation. Well, then if you're taking a GLP-1 that's helping you to get rid of the inflammation, right? To me, anyway, it makes sense that there would be a little bit of soreness, but that it goes away. So I would say if you find that you are sore the entire week, every week, then you definitely want to talk to your doctor. But if it's just for like a few days after shot day, see if it goes away, right? You can take your normal over the counter type stuff, whatever your doctor recommends for you. And, I find that it goes away with time. But yes, it's totally normal. Okay. Francine says using compound Zip and pulmonologist orders Zepbound for sleep apnea issues. Great. Lovely. CVS Caremark quickly denied, but doctor, Francine, where is the rest of your comment? Here we go. Said they would not appealing CVS pushing Wegovy. Of course they are. Meh. Then stated they might do Mounjaro. I don't see why they push drugs for diabetes instead of Zepbound, which is approved for sleep apnea. Okay, so Francine, a few things. I'm gonna back up a little bit so I don't miss other people's comments. Okay. First things first. You see this little thing down here? Getclaimable.com. Use the code Fitflavorfun. They have an incredibly high success rate getting people approved for Zepbound. Okay? It's not expensive to do it. And what they do is they know exactly what to say to fight, especially CVS Caremark, because they're taking them to court, by the way. So getclaimable.com, use code Fitflavorfun to save money. And it's awesome. I just had somebody message me the other day on Facebook and she was like, hey, I used the Get Claimable and they got it approved in less than 24 hours. I'm not guaranteeing that for everyone, but they have this down to a science, right? And they will continue to go to bat and get them approved. Now, I want to address the second part of your question. Why are they improving Mounjaro instead of Zepbound? I think twofold. This is just my opinion. Okay. I don't have anything to back this up. This is just my thoughts. Twofold. One, I think they're trying to screw up the numbers of Zepbound, right? Because I think they tried to work a deal with Eli Lilly and Eli Lilly was like, no, we're not giving you a discount. So that's first and foremost, right? So getting people on Mounjaro screws up the numbers for Zepbound. Number two, when they decide to take you off of Mounjaro, it is so easy to just pull the rug right out from under you and say, you're not a diabetic, therefore you can't take Mounjaro. And they can do that at any time. That's what they did in the first place when Zepbound was first designated, right, for weight loss. They took all of the people who were not diabetics, pulled the rug out from underneath them and said, nope, you can't have Mounjaro anymore. Now you got to go to Zepbound. So I think, just my personal opinion, that's what they're doing. I think they're doing it on purpose so that later down the road, after they've had a chance to stick it to Eli Lilly, they can pull the rug out from underneath you, and you there's no recourse because, right, you're not a diagnosed diabetic. So get with Claimable, use the coupon code, and fight them for the Zepbound, because that, right, with the sleep apnea, that's what it's designated for. Then it makes it much harder for them to pull that rug out from underneath you. So, Francine, definitely keep me posted on that one. I hope that helps. Amy said I get muscle aches too. Yeah. Make sure that you're doing your magnesium and that you're getting in electrolytes, because that'll help with the muscle part. But yeah, I get that too. Okay, Linda says, I'm experiencing hair loss, but have started taking biotin and multivitamins. Okay. I actually have a video, a designated video that's going to be coming out next week about hair loss. And it's going to go point by point through every option that you have when it comes to addressing the hair loss. So, yeah, for me, it was upping my calories to maintenance level calories, right? Which most people are not going to be excited about because it means you're not going to lose weight. So I did that for a while, and then also including the high quality multivitamins. So you're definitely on the right track there. Okay, Jennifer says, my thigh never really worked for me. In the arm, it worked, but made my heart race funky for a day. Belly works for me. Find what works for you and go for it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Lisa's in Tennessee. Melissa's in Southern Oklahoma. I love that. Okay. Kate says, I got the PNW covered up here. What's the PNW? PNW. You threw me for a loop there, Kate. What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? What's a PNW? Is that like a BBQ? What does this stand for? Ohio and New York City. The bestest city. Long Island. Illinois. Oh, this must have been when I was like, is everybody from Florida? Gina's from Austin, Texas. Nebraska farmer in the house. Oh, yeah. Melanie, I did grow up in Florida, but I'm in Williamsburg, Virginia now. There's so much history in Williamsburg, Virginia. I used to live in Richmond, Virginia. And I have family in Virginia, so love it up there. In Michigan, the other end of I-75, representing. I love that. I love that. We had I-75 goes through Atlanta. I used to live in Atlanta. I used to live all over the place. Of course, Janet is from Rhode Island, which is all one word, by the way. Rhode Island. You have to say it all together. You can't, it's not Rhode Island. It's Rhode Island. North Dakota. All right. Lisa's way out there. I'm loving it. Okay. We got a question. Love you. Hey, love you too. I'm on 10 milligram maintenance for 5 months now. Awesome. Good for you. I've heard about microdosing. Could someone like me microdose? And if so, can you explain what it is and how you would go about it? Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. So microdosing is taking a smaller than recommended dose. So for example, you're saying 10 milligrams. I'm guessing you're on tirzepatide, either Mounjaro or Zepbound or tirzepatide compound. So a microdose would be a less than 2.5 dose. Now, you wouldn't want to go from 10 all the way down to 2.5, right? That's going to be a big jump. But what you could do if you wanted to in maintenance is you could start coming down through the doses and see how you feel at each dose. And then if you got down to 2.5, you're still feeling good, still doing good, not losing weight, right? Because in maintenance, we don't want to lose weight. We just want to maintain. Then you could look at doing something with microdosing. But it really just depends on the person. Obviously, for people who are getting name brand, it can be a lot trickier to do a microdose, right? Because it's coming in a vial or a pen. But if you're on compound, it's fairly convenient. It helps if you have a doctor who is well versed and educated on microdosing, which is why I recommend the company that I do down in the description box for GLP1s and for NAD and things like that, because their doctors are specifically educated on microdosing. So, right, they can walk you through the process and help you. So, yeah, so I would say step 1, work your way down in dose and see how you feel. It's not something that you just want to do overnight, especially because you're at 10, right? You want to work your way down, because if you were to go from 10 to 2.5, right, that might be jarring. So yeah, I would say step 1, start working your way down. Make sure your doctor's on board, right? That's important. Okay. Venus says, when I was on Mounjaro 5, that was the best in my opinion. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Denisha's in North Kakalaki. Ooh, Kelly Faye says, I have a heated vest. Yeah. Battery takes forever to charge, but it's a lifesaver. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I have already decided that I'm just not going to be miserable this winter. I'm just not going to do it. So I've got my heated robe cloak thing that I'm going to be wearing while I'm working here at my desk. I've got my heated blanket in the bedroom. I do the little heated inserts. I'm actually going to do an update on all of the products that I'm using to stay warm, because I just refuse to be cold this year. I just refuse to do it. I'm not going to be miserable, man. Okay. Stwong says, for me, the NAD is taking a bit longer to feel it. It's been a week and a half, and I think I'm just starting to see the change, but I'm still at a microdose. Yeah, so it's a little bit of trial and error. The other thing you want to make sure you talk to your doctor about when you're doing a microdose is how many times a week you are dosing. So I started out with my doctor doing a microdose twice a week. And then, like I said, after a couple weeks, I was like, okay, all right, it's not lasting as long as it was, so let's go up. And then it was, okay, let's go up. And then it was, hey, let's add another day in here. So the nice thing about NAD is it has been thoroughly researched and tested, and it is something that you can take every day, of course, with the approval of your doctor. So yeah, so just there's a little bit of trial and error in the beginning to find how it best works for you. And then you just kind of take it from there. Again, that's why it's so important to have a doctor that's on board. Sue Ann says, hi, everyone. First time here. Hey, in Connecticut. All right. Allie, you've helped me so much, and I can't thank you enough for doing all you do. Oh, thank you. I've been on Zep for 3 months now and still at 5, and I'm down 33 pounds. Holy cow. Sue Ann, you're doing great. I love that for you. That's fantastic. Listen, you are working really hard, and it is so obvious that it's paying off. And I just want you to know that you're doing great. I mean, look at you. That's fantastic. I love that. Make sure you keep us posted. So, and I love that you're here. Hello. You should be here all the time. Hey, Shay's in the house. What's up, girlfriend? Stopping in before I have to finish homework with my daughter. Oh, that sounds like fun. Raise your hand if you like homework. No. Said no one ever. Loving the glasses. Yay. Thank you. Hey, I got to tell you about my new light that I got. Remind me. I'll text you later. I got a new light. I think you'll like it. Okay. That's my friend Shay Shay. Okay. Jess, thank you so much. Okay, Jess says, thanks for the NAD Plus videos. You mentioned you were impressed with the education you received from the LEMD about NAD Plus. Yes. Was that during a consult visit or on their website? Also, how does LEMD 2-month subscription work? Okay, so let's go back one. So was that during the consult visit or on their website? So with them, because I was interested in potentially being an affiliate, right? The code's right down there. I wanted to see what they were all about. So I originally reached out to them and I wanted to know, what kind of education do you have available to your people? Because one of the things that I didn't like about my previous telehealth experience was nobody cared. Nobody cared about education. No one cared about doctors being educated. It was just like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And I really didn't like that. I felt like people needed answers. They needed help or they needed guidance, or maybe they didn't, but they just wanted to know that they had it as an option. And I felt like the last telehealth company just didn't offer that. And it really bothered me. So when I went out on search for a company that was educating their people, that's when they said, hey, here's what we do. So they have a ton of educational classes. They have weekly classes, which are just blowing my mind. Like, I have a whole notebook over here that is just like notes and notes and notes and notes. So they do classes with various specialists, right? Doctors. They do nutrition classes. They do fitness classes with all kinds of different people who are specialists in their field. And it's just phenomenal. Now, that is what is available to the affiliates and the doctors, right? Obviously. As far as what is available to the people, I'd have to go check and see on their website what it is they make available to everyone. But yeah, education, 10 out of 10. I could not have asked for anything better. I got 3 text messages today about new classes that I had to put on my schedule because I was like, oh, I want to know about that. Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, I've heard that name before, right? Insert doctor name here, right? Oh, okay. And I'm just adding them to my schedule. On average, just because I'm a weirdo, I do 3 classes a week. And I haven't even brushed the surface of everything that they have available. So, yeah, it's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. And it's a class about whatever the topic is, right? So, it's these classes are not just for the affiliates, they're for the doctors. So, it's super, some of it is so dense and like really just gets into the nitty-gritty and I'm just like, "Whoa." It's great. It's great. I I knew that if I was gonna jump on board with somebody else, that they would have to be good. They would have to be going above and beyond because I just was just so sore about the last one. And it was like, nobody cares. Nobody's trying to better themselves. Nobody's trying to do anything, right? So, um, Anyway, so I'd have to take a look at the website to see what it is specifically that they make available, to the patients for education. I know that there's a ton of stuff on the website. So if you're looking to learn, it's a good place to go. Um, Also, how does the LEMD 2-month subscription work? Yeah, so it's like a 2-month supply or a 3-month supply. So for example, with my NAD, I did a 3-month supply and it will renew every 3 months, right? Um, so it just depends on what works best for you. So for some people, especially with GLP-1s, they want to do it month to month. You can. Or if you wanna save some money, you can do a 3-month, a 6-month, right? Something like that, and then they also offer payment options, which was another big thing for me that people complained about the last telehealth I was with. They were like, "There's no payment options. I don't wanna pay this big chunk up front, right? I don't wanna put this on a credit card." So they have various options. So yeah, great questions, Jess. Okay. Jennifer makes a very good point here. Remember to push the algorithm, hit the like button. Yes. Yeah, we've got 104 people in the house tonight right now. That number goes up and down the entire time. So make sure that you hit that like button. What you'll have to do is minimize the chat so that you can see it because it kind of covers it up. But don't worry, I'll remind you on your way out too. Okay. Hey, Cheryl's here. She's like, hello, I'm new here. I lost 85 pounds on Zepbound. Hey, that's fantastic. Great job, Cheryl. That's awesome. I love that. And thank you for being here. Gina says, hello. Okay. Melanie said, like I said in the last live, I really wish I could start NAD. Still need a side hustle to make some extra moolah to pay for it. Yeah. Well, if you're somebody who wants to be an affiliate, I mean, you can use the link down below. Their company pays well. So if that's something you're interested in doing, you definitely can. But yeah, I totally get it about having a side hustle. You are in my side hustle right now. It's actually not a side hustle. It's like a part-time job. But I completely understand what you're saying. Okay. Everybody's saying, hey, in the comments. Okay. Cheryl says, I lost 85 pounds. Woohoo! On GLP. I had to stop for 2 months due to illness. Oh no, I'm sorry. And now I'm back. Okay, great. On the max dose for 2 months and not losing anything. Do you know why? So this is common. This is very common. Some people can go off of a GLP-1, excuse me, and then jump back on it and lose weight. Some people, it just doesn't happen. So I would make sure that you are doing all the things, right? You want to make sure that you're tracking what you're eating, you're getting in movement, right? You're doing all the things. Make sure you're in a calorie deficit so that you can ensure that you're doing everything within your control. And then hopefully, right, the GLP will help. Let me know when you say GLP. Wait, Cheryl commented earlier. Hang on. Investigation. I think she said terse. Yeah. So, yeah, that's just one of those things. One thing that some people do is they'll come down in dose and then go back up in dose, and sometimes that'll trigger it. So, but no, unfortunately, I don't have an explanation, and we really don't have any studies or science to kind of back it up. Some people say that the receptors, get overly saturated, and whatever weight you lose, that's what you lose. But I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough one. But just remember, maintaining is winning, right? If you're not gaining weight, you're winning. So don't let it get you down. And make sure you switch up what you're doing too. Like if you're somebody who does, 7,000 steps a day, right? Then switch off and start swimming. Get a weighted vest, right? If walking is your thing. Get a workout tape. Workout tape. Get you a workout VHS. Get do that Tae Bo. Jane Fonda, right? Yeah, you know what I mean. So do something different is what I'm saying. Switch it up. Don't do it. The more you do the same thing over and over and over again, right? Our bodies get used to it. And then they're like, haha, I'm not going to lose any more weight. I know what you're doing. Right. So keep that in mind. Okay. Nicole says, I just woke up from a nap. I was so tired. I just had to lay down. Yeah. I hear ya. I hear ya. It's going to be nap time here for me soon. It's bedtime. It's when I turn into a pumpkin. What time is it? We're doing good. We're doing great. Vanessa's in the house. Woo woo. Hey there. Quick update from me. Okay, good. All right. Down 59 pounds today. Nice. Just moved from obese BMI to overweight. That's awesome. This was all but impossible to imagine 6 months ago. Love your channel. Thanks for all you do. Vanessa, that's fantastic. Look at you, rock star. That feels so good. That feels so good. For me, it was morbidly obese, overweight. That was kind of the charting for me. But I love that for you. You're doing so good. And see, you're putting in all this hard work and it's paying off. Right? It's paying off. And I love that for you. If you were here, I would just hug you and squeeze you and tell you how great you're doing. That's awesome. And thank you so much for the super chat. You're very sweet. I love that. Everybody, it's like all the success stories are coming out tonight. I love you guys. All right. Tanya says hello from Bethany Beach. All right. On the beach. Dawn says, wonder if NAD would help with any hypothyroid Hashimoto's fatigue. That is a very good question. I did have one other person who commented on a video and asked me that. Unfortunately, I don't know. They were specifically asking about Hashimoto's, and I let them know, hey, this is something you'll want to talk about with the doctor. That's a little too specialized over my head. So, Dawn, if you find out something, definitely let me know. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. Hey there. Westchester County. Westchester. Oh my goodness. Aloha from Hilo, Hawaii. Aloha. Okay. I'm going to tell you my funny Hawaii story. This is an inside joke between my dad and I. So when I was 13, my dad did really, really well in his company, and they did like a yearly trip, right, for the people, like big companies do. Anyway, it was to Hawaii, and he brought me with him. So anyway, we get out of the airport, and of course everything is like lush and green and beautiful, and there's all these signs that say don't walk on the grass, mahalo. And then we get to the hotel, and there's signs everywhere, don't walk on the grass, mahalo. And then we go shopping, and there's all these signs, like you just come across them, like don't, like stabbed down into the grass, don't walk on the grass, mahalo. Now, for those of you who don't know, mahalo means thank you in Hawaiian. So my dad and I started this little running joke where it was like everything that somebody was doing wrong followed by Mahalo. So, like, somebody went there was a big buffet one night, right? And they had a luau and all this stuff, and it was just beautiful. And um, the people that were dancing, I mean, just gorgeous, just gorgeous. Um, so anyway, I was just going through the buffet line, right? My little 13-year-old self. I'm like the only kid there. It's a bunch of adults and salespeople, and they're drinking and they're hooting and hollering, right? And I'm like the only kid there. So anyway, I'm going through the little buffet line, and I'm so excited because there's sushi, and sushi is my favorite food. And some lady who's totally trashed stumbles up and like bumps into me, knocking stuff off of my plate onto the table. And she's like getting a plate and getting food. My dad was standing next to me, and he just kind of, scooted me away from her. And then she stumbles away, right, in her drunkenness. And he was like, eat everything on the buffet table. Mahalo. Anyway, still to this day, I am now 41 years old, and he and I still do this to this day. Somebody cuts him off in traffic. I'm like, where you going in a big hurry there, buddy? Mahalo. Anyway, it's probably not a funny story for you guys. It's an inside story with me and my dad. But anyway, I love Hawaii, Diane. That was the point of telling you all that. But I have ADD, so you got the full story. Mahalo. Okay. So I did sign up for the BPC 157 TB 500. Okay, great. Through them as well. It's on its way. Great. I've been looking for so long for a reputable source. Yes. So I'll be kind of cycling through some of their products to see what I think. But yeah, BPC 157 is a big one. And one of the reasons why I was looking into that one specifically was because of, helping with the gut. And I am somebody who, before getting on a GLP-1, was lactose intolerant and gluten sensitive. And now I'm not. And I'm all about getting the microbiome up and getting that fiber in and all that fun stuff. BPC 157 helps with that. Helps to heal the gut. So yeah, keep me posted on what you think about that one. And it's on my list to try it. Oh geez, now my daughter wants to try it. Wants to try what? What are we trying? Was it something I said? I don't remember what I said. Shay, what was I saying? Everybody came running in. What's happening? What's going on? Okay. My GLP-1 daily. First time catching you live. Well, hello. Welcome. Thank you for your thoughtful, honest advice. Well, thank you for tuning in. Absolutely. Listen, I've got some really great product reviews that are coming up. Speaking of honest advice, I am thrilled. Okay? You have spoken, and I have heard you, my people. We've got more fiber candy coming. We've got more protein shakes coming. We've got more protein food stuffs coming. It's like taking over my kitchen. I'm so excited. But I've got all that stuff coming. Okay. Miles says, sorry for the delay. It's totally okay. Lost 8 kilograms on 2.5. Just started 5. Not noticing much. Maybe it's early. It could be. 51 from Brisbane, Australia. I love Australia. It's on my bucket list. Drive buses and drink 2 to 3 liters of water. Okay, great. Well, you're certainly staying hydrated. That's good. Drive buses. You might want to be careful. Make sure you're getting that movement in during the day. They say if you can, to try to get movement right, every 45 minutes. It's not doable for everybody, right? We got to pay the bills. We can't be stretching and but they say if you can do 10 squats once every 45 minutes and it's supposed to help. I think they're just saying that because they want me to be sore, but it might help. So yeah, that's awesome though. Could you drinking so much water? I wish I could drink that much water. Jess was talking to Nicole. I totally understand. Hope the fatigue passes for you soon. That's why I'm excited to order the NAD. I'm tired of the fatigue post injections. Yeah, me too. Kate says, weird shaped head. I will now only call you Lumpy. Yes, this is my friend Lumpy. Lumpy Lump. My lumps. My lovely lady lumps. Those are different lumps. Sorry. Too much caffeine. Okay. Shay says, hey, Allie. Hey. Finally caught you live. Yes. It's like catching fish in the deep. You never know. But then you do, and you're like, woohoo, this is exciting. I caught it. Now what do I do with it? You're so down to earth and just real. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. This is what I get for bringing out the shortcut. Now I'm run out of liquid. Might have to go refill it if we're going to keep going. Keep going and going. Okay, let me jump down, see if we got any questions, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Shay says, got to sign up for the NAD Plus. My telehealth only has NAD cream or nasal, at least in my state. I hope I can get it here. Got to find your link for this. Yeah, so it's going to be in the little bar right here you see going by, the GLP1 link, right? It's that one, or it'll be in the description box if you're looking for it. Now, if you're going to do NAD, the big thing for me, and this is just my honest opinion, is injection is always going to be best. Nasal is going to be second best, but not as effective. Cream, that sounds more to me like they're pushing that whole, looking younger, tighter skin, blobbity blobbity, which I'm not 100% sold on. So I wouldn't bother with a cream unless you are specifically taking it for that purpose. But there are some better options for creams out there. So, yeah, but if you're going to do NAD, my number one recommendation is injection always. Always, always, always. Right? Anything that you inject. So my telehealth company also offers a sublingual tirzepatide. It is their own formulation that is specific to them. And what I've found from watching other people who are taking it is, does it work? Yes. Are people losing as much weight? No. Is it lasting them the full 7 days, right? Like you do an injection once every 7 days? No. Right? Because it's sublingual. So they're having to take it more often at higher doses to get the effect. And that's just based off of the research that I've done. Now, if you wanted to do an NAD cream, right, because that's your goal is to do something skin related, okay, fair enough. If you wanted to do a sublingual because you're in maintenance, right, and you don't like doing shots, okay, then it would make sense. But for people who are actively trying to lose weight or actively deal with fatigue caused by a GLP-1, injection is going to be the way to go. And that's just my personal opinion based off of my research. It's always going to be more effective. So yeah, Shay, I kind of like for your comment there. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do all that. But yeah, but definitely check out the link down below, right there, right there, right there, and see what they offer for your state, because it might be a good option for you. Okay. Scrolling downtown. Okay. Tanya says, I started GLP1 at the end of June. Okay, good. And on 7.5 now. I've only lost 25 pounds. I started the NAD last week. No changes yet. Okay. Now remember, the NAD is going to be specific to energy, right? We're talking fatigue. We're talking mental, right? It's not going to help you with weight loss. So I just want to make sure. I think that you know that. But I just want to make sure, because there are some people out there that are just like, take this and everything helps with weight loss and blah, 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 blah. No, don't do that. So yeah, but just also keep in mind, Tanya, that some people don't see significant weight loss until higher doses of their GLP-1. So don't be discouraged, because you're doing great, right? Some people don't lose any weight until they get to 15. And then all of a sudden they start losing weight. So just keep that in mind. I know it can be frustrating, but just use this time to build good habits. And then when you hit that dose that's just right for you, you'll already be going in the right direction. Okay. Jocelyn says, I'm about to move up from 5. I feel like I've been stuck at the same weight or around the same 2 or 3 pounds back and forth. Yeah. Yeah, that's usually a good indicator. Especially if you've been doing that for 3 or 4 weeks, that's usually a good indicator to go up. Freddie Man. Freddie Man. Hey there. All right, Nurse Tara. Hi, Allie. This is my first live. It's my first live, too. I recently found your channel and truly love your personality. Thank you. You're smart, snarky, and so relatable. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you to say. Well, I'm so glad that you're here. If you just recently found my channel, if you're in for a wild ride, make sure you go watch some of my older videos. I've got some that are pretty funny. And you can, of course, watch the lives in playback. As a matter of fact, for all of you that are watching it on playback, make sure you give me a thumbs up in the comments if you are part of the playback crew. I love that. The numbers for the day after I do a live are always so strong, because not everybody can come to the live, but everybody's watching it after the live airs. And I love that. So, Nurse Tara, so happy that you're here. Okay. All right. Christy Ann says, send some prayers. On Zep, 18 months. Weight loss. Meds not covered by current insurance. Use claimable to appeal. Denied PA. Denial upheld. But appeal doc is fantastic. Using it for second level appeal. Okay. Definitely keep us posted and let us know how it goes. Yeah. I mean, and the first 2 or 3 may be denied, right? But you may find that a later appeal, right? Because they just keep doing it. They just keep going and going and going and going. So yeah. Hey, Amy's a new member. Woo woo. Welcome to the shenanery. Just said, welcome to the fam. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, Sherry says, thanks for the NAD Plus recommendation. I'm on 20 milliliter 3 times a week. Okay, good. Loving it. No more fatigue, headache day after shot. Way more energy. Absolutely loving it. Sherry's in the house. Sherry, I am loving this for you. That's fantastic. It's hard to describe, right? It's hard to like I was trying to do the video and tell people, give somebody honest feedback about how it feels, and it's hard to put it into words. You just feel great. You have energy, you have motivation, you just feel great. And that's awesome. Sherry, I love that for you. Thank you for sharing. Sharing Sherry. Let's see if Shelly's sharing. Shelly just got out of the pool. Jump in the shower. I'll be listening though. All right. Shelly is sharing from the shower. We get, guys, I'm on a roll. Okay. Okay. Elizabeth says, third week on Retta, and I have had significant decrease in swelling and pain in legs from lipedema. Great. I imagine all the other GLP options would do the same. Yeah, there are many people, specifically those on tirzepatide, that comment the same thing, specific to lipedema. Lipedema. Yeah, and there's a couple different variations, but yeah, that's fantastic. I love that for you. And for those of you who don't know, retatrutide, right? Not on the market yet, still in clinical testing, but there are many people that are trying it and that are having phenomenal results. So, Elizabeth, I love this for you. That's fantastic. Because, I mean, the swelling and pain, like, that's the biggest thing. So, I love that. I wonder if they'll do a study specific to lipedema when it comes to GLP-1s. I am curious to see if that's in the future. I think there will be something to that. All right. Melissa says, I'm going to try arm injection for the first time. Wish me luck. Good luck. 2 years on tirzepatide, still on 7.5, down 111 pounds. Holy guacamole, Batman. That is awesome. Great job, Melissa. Yeah. So, just for funsies, there are a couple of different ways that you can go about doing an injection in your arm. If you are using a pen, that is the easiest option, right? Because then you just do your alcohol wipe, right? Sanitary practices, and then you just take the cap off, of course, right? And then you can just do it yourself or have someone do it for you. The other thing you can do is, I don't have one in here, but people will use like a claw clip. Here. Like a hair claw clip, okay, not a chip clip. But anyway, they'll do that. Oh, am I even going to be able to get this on here? Ow! Okay, that's not going to work. Pretend like I put it on there. The claw clip, right? Like for your hair. They do that. And then if they're using a vial, right, with a needle, then they can do the injection right there. Alcohol wipe first. Anyway, another option is if you have like a table or a surface and you can kind of put your arm down and over, right? You can do the injection right here. Just giving people some options. I know there were a couple of people who mentioned doing arm injections tonight. So everybody's always looking for a good hack for that. But Melissa, you are doing fantastic. I love that. So wishing you luck with arm. You're going to be just fine. You're going to do great. Right? Candy says, I love you. Candy, I love you too. Thanks for answering. You're very welcome. I'm happy to do it. I'm so glad that you guys are all here hanging out with me. It's like hanging out with a bunch of friends. I love that. Kimberly says, hi, Allie. Hi, everyone. It's almost Friday. Yay. Yes. You guys, it has been so hectic at work. Like I am toasted. Roasted, toasted, the mosted. I don't even know. I don't even know what words I'm saying right now. So Yeah, I am ready for the weekend. Trust me. Hey, Dr. Michael Henry. Are you lurking in the corners, Dr. Michael Henry? I don't think I've seen you here before. Anyway, Dr. Henry here says claimable works. Yes, it does. Get approved in less than 12 hours for me. That's great. Holy cow, that's even better than my other subscriber who was saying in 24 hours she got through. It really works. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's awesome. You'll have to let us know what you're a doctor of. Dr. Love. Whoa. Just kidding. Just kidding. Dr. Henry, don't get mad at me. I don't know what you do, but I'm so happy you're here. Okay. Melanie, welcome to all the newcomers. Allie is so knowledgeable and brings all the shenanery. Yes. Always a good time here. Absolutely. Thank you, Melanie. Okay. Sandy says, I'm having a tummy tuck next Thursday. Good for you. That's awesome. Having this channel and this community has helped me so much in my journey. So I found this channel. So glad I found this channel and all. It got cut off there, Sandy. Well, Sandy, first and foremost, that is awesome that you're getting a tummy tuck. Good for you. Good for you. I am excited for you. I cannot wait to get one day. Secondly, keep us posted. Okay? Let us know how you're doing. And we're all gonna send positive thoughts and prayers and good vibrations your way because you're gonna do great. And I love that for you. Hey, Miss V, Pacific Northwest. Also, Dr. Henry, Pacific Northwest. Okay. That's awesome. What? Pacific Northwest? What is everybody saying Pacific Northwest for? I don't understand. Something's happening in the comments. I don't know. Okay, Nora says, have to go. We'll probably be on the bus by the time you see this. Was great making a live. Oh, Nora. Okay, well, I'm so glad you were here. Thank you so much. Hawaii in the house. Hawaii in the house. Mahalo. Central Mississippi. Ooh, Detroit. Nice. Sandy was born and grew up near St. Augustine, Florida. Really, really pretty there. But now I live in Mississippi. And the only reason why I know how to spell Mississippi is because they ingrained it in us in elementary school. It's like the one state that everyone had to learn how to spell. Hello from New Hampshire. Love that. Washington State. Everybody chiming in. Florida. What is happening? Oh, PNW. That's what it is. Pacific Northwest. Guys, you're killing me. You're killing me. You're just dropping stuff in the comments. You guys all know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Pacific Northwest. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, people. Okay. I just jumped in. I'm glad I didn't miss you. I'm glad that I didn't miss you, Kim. I was watching the Cubbies win. Oh, okay, good. Great. Well, I'm so glad that you're here. I started at 220.2 pounds, and 6 months later, I'm down to 179.8. That's great. Got a way to go, but I'm happy. Good. You're doing fantastic. Remember, if you're not gaining, you're winning. Okay. Elizabeth, well, okay, Bear. You just woke up, started growling at everybody. Okay. Elizabeth says, I swear by my electric hand warmers. Yes. Yeah. I use the little disposable ones for now because I went wild and like bought them in bulk. But yeah, I plan to get some electric hand warmers also. Yeah. Hey there, are you coming out here? No? Okay, just kidding. I'm just gonna get her to refill my drink. I'm so thirsty. Yeah, for those asking, she was talking about getting the electric hand warmers. You can get them on Amazon. They're pretty fantastic. You can get an electric jacket. You can get electric gloves. You could like there's so much that you can get. Like everything. You could just be head to toe, just heat it up. I love it. Okay. Megan says, I just received compound tirzepatide and I'm so nervous to start. It's okay. We've all been there. I have plans tomorrow and family is coming on the weekend, planning to start hopefully on Sunday, scared of the side effects. So here's what I would recommend for you. If you are concerned about side effects, then make sure that you choose a time where you don't have to take off work if you do have some side effects to start out, right? So for me, that meant doing an injection Friday as soon as I got off of work. That way, most of the side effects, I'm kind of like sleeping through them, right? That first night. And then I've got the whole weekend to recoup. Now, I don't have to do that anymore because, right, I've been on it for so long and, my body has just acclimated. And so I don't really have a whole lot of side effects now, but I completely understand where you're coming from. So if you want to take it at night, keep these two things in mind. One, do not eat a big, huge dinner and then take your medication and then go to bed. Okay. You're going to wake up in the middle of the night. You're going to feel yucky. Don't do that. Okay. Eat a light dinner if you're going to take it at night and make sure that you stay up for a while, right? After eating. And then, the other thing is that if you have plans, right, like over the weekend, it just may not be a good weekend to start. You might want to start it the next weekend, which is fine. Once you start and you see how you're going to feel, then you can get kind of a better vibe for, okay, how do I plan things around family and friends and events and kids and all the things, right? Once you get started, you can kind of do that. So, yeah, but you're going to be just fine. You got this. You got this. So come back next week and let us know how it goes. Okay, Sandy said, I'm so glad I found all of you on this channel. Having this community has helped me on my journey. I'm down 73 pounds. That is phenomenal. Well, first of all, Sandy, you're awesome. So we're all glad that you're here too. And 73 pounds? That's awesome. I love that. Everybody's saying congratulations to Sandy in the comments. Look, Sandy with the super chat. You're so sweet. Thanks for all you do. Help me on this journey. Watching your videos has helped me so much. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to have you here and, because we're all in this together, right? Like we were just talking about somebody just starting. I remember what that felt like. I remember it like it was yesterday. We were talking earlier about going up in dose, and we're like, man, I'm so scared about going up in dose. I remember that feeling. So whether you're just starting or you've been on it for a while or you're in maintenance, right? Like we're all in this together. And I love that. Okay, great. What's Elizabeth say? Rebounder trampoline is an awesome tool for whole body and it's fun and it makes you feel like a kid again. I love that. That's fantastic. What a great idea. My dogs would have a field day with that. They'd be like, wee, woo, woo, woo. Or they'd be harassing me while I'm jumping on it. Hey, Jazzy's in the house. What is up, Jazzy? Dun, 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 dun. Miles, like my Hawaii story. Thank you. I appreciate that. Crazy cat lady in LA. Welcome to the shenanery. Mahalo. I love that. I love that. That's too funny. So I've had a couple people pop into the comments and they want to know about NAD because we were talking about it earlier. I do have a dedicated video on NAD, so definitely jump over and watch that. I have two videos. One tells you all about NAD, what it is, how it can help you, what all the hype is about, and then also a second video that talks about my experience testing it for 3 months, and I'm now on my 4th month. So definitely go check those out. I don't want to keep going over it. You can rewatch the beginning of the live, right, where I talked more about it. But I want to make sure we get to everybody's questions. So definitely go watch that video about NAD. Basically, it's a really fantastic option if you are someone who's suffering from fatigue or low energy, or you're having challenges focusing, right? All of which can be side effects of a GLP-1. So yeah, but definitely go check out those videos because I go in depth over there. Okay. Elise says, hey there. Hello. I'm 78 pounds down. Nice. In a year, but I find that I'm binging again. I don't like it. Advice. Okay. So Elise, let me know, where are you as far as dosage goes and which med are you on? So for me, right, I'm just going to give you my personal experience when it comes to having this feeling. I did have to go up in dose, right? I've had a couple of instances with binging since starting a GLP-1. It's challenging, right? And for me, going up in dose was helpful. But if you're already at the highest dose, that can be challenging. So if you're already at the highest dose, what I would recommend is upping your protein and incorporating low calorie, high volume foods. What does that mean? So for me, at the beginning of the week, I will make like a salad, not a lettuce salad, but it's got cucumbers, it's got bell peppers, it's got onions, it's got tomatoes. You can put some olives in there, like if you want it more Mediterranean style, right? And I don't put any dressing or anything on it. I just chop up the vegetables. Then, anytime that I'm hungry or that I'm having like that urge to binge, or I can feel that it's coming on, I will just dump a whole bunch of it into a bowl, use whatever dressing I want. Mediterranean. I have a Japanese ginger dressing I like to use. You can do like the Olive Garden dressing, Italian, if that's your jam, ranch, blue cheese, whatever makes you happy, right? We're not trying to go low calorie with the dressing. You want the dressing to be good, right? This needs to be something where the food is very low calorie, but you can eat a lot of it, which is very helpful to people, right, like me that binge, because it's that action of, eat, 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 eat. So this has been hugely helpful for me. So increase your protein. That'll keep you fuller longer. And then also having something that's ready to go. no matter where you are, where you can do a low calorie, high volume. And this is very popular in the vegan community. So if you're looking for recipe ideas, just do a search on YouTube or, whatever your favorite place is to get a recipe, and just search low calorie, high volume. Vegans are like so smart when it comes to this. And you will have a whole bunch of recipes of stuff that tastes phenomenal. And you can eat a ton of it. Side note, Elise, make sure you have digestive enzymes on hand, because if you eat a large quantity, even if it's vegetables and it's good for you, right? Being on a GLP-1, it may make you feel kind of heavy and kind of yucky. So make sure you utilize your digestive enzymes. If you need an option for one, it's in the description box of all of my videos. I love those things. They work great. So give it a try and let me know how it works for you. Okay. Elizabeth says, have you looked into the research for BPC 157? Yes. Being linked to tumor growth? Yes. I'm 50-50 on it. Kind of scary because it's so good that growing new cells and even grow bad cells that may be lurking. Yeah. So the challenge with some of these other peptides and the research that they've done is, one, research is often pretty old and incomplete, right? The whole reason why these peptides did not get scooped up by a pharmaceutical company is because they didn't feel like it was worth the money to invest in it, which means they're often suffering on the research side. So I completely understand why you say you're 50-50 on it. Secondly, anytime you're looking at something that is growth related, right? This is why it's so important to talk to a doctor and to be giving them your full medical history and your family history. So, for example, for some people that are prone to certain types of cancers, right, it may not be a good option for them. But the other thing is, it also depends on what your goals are. So for example, for BPC 157, if your goal, we'll just use my goal, for example, rebuilding kind of like that microbiome, the inner gut lining, right? All of those things that BPC 157 is known for. If your goal is to do that, it's not like you got to be on it forever, right? So you do it in cycles, and you'll hear about people cycling peptides, or they have a stack, which is however many peptides they're taking. So for example, my current stack is tirzepatide and NAD, just to give you newbies a reference. So you'll hear about people rotating peptides, and so they're not doing it 24/7 every week for months and months at a time, right? And that's kind of where the GLP-1s differ from these other peptides. With these peptides like BPC 157, you're using it for a shorter period of time with a specific goal in mind. But yes, it's absolutely something to be aware of as far as if you're introducing growth hormones, right? There's always that option that something's going to grow that you didn't want to grow. But that's why it's important to talk to a doctor and to do your research, which clearly Elizabeth is doing research. Good job. Okay. Margaret has a question. I just started with compound tirzepatide, and the instructions say to start at 25 units and increase 5 units every week, not to go behind 95 units. No, Margaret, don't do that. I'll stop. Okay. Margaret, I'm concerned about this. Can you either email me, which my email is at like the top of my channel, If you click on like the big banner, right, it'll give you the description of my channel. My email address is there. Can you email me a picture of your prescription? You can blur out any of your personal information if you want to. Um, but please don't do anything. Let me take a look at it because this does not sound right. Your other option is don't take it until you talk to your doctor because, again, this does not sound right. First of all, anytime something is like this, where it's like it just talks about units, I dislike that with a passion. I understand we need to give people a reference for how many units to use, but the dosing is so important to know. And I'm worried about this. First of all, you should not be increasing 5 units every week. What is that? Absolutely not. Secondly, 25 units, we need to know what that dosage is. So, Margaret, if you feel comfortable, please email it to me or message me on Facebook. You can message me on Facebook Messenger and send me pictures there. Whatever is convenient for you. If you don't want to do that, right? Obviously, I'm not a doctor. Please reach out to your doctor before taking this because no. Uh-uh. This something's not right. Somebody printed a wrong label. Something is not. No. You should not be increasing your units at all weekly. No. Okay. Margaret, let me know what you're going to do, okay? Cuz now I'm worried about you. Cuz because I care about you. I don't want something to happen. So just let me know. If you want to just talk to your doctor, it's totally fine. It doesn't have to be me. I just want to know that you're going to be okay. But yeah, that's not normal. No, no, no. I'm so glad you asked that question. Okay. Miss Nisi. Hello, yay, I finally get to join a fun live. Love your content. Thanks. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So glad you're here. We got lots of people tuning in tonight. I love that. Nicole says, thank you, Allie, for someone finally being honest about the sublingual option. Listen, honesty is kind of my shtick. It's kind of my thing. It's what I do, man. It's what I do. Some people don't like it. They're like, oh, dude, you're such a bummer, man. You're such a bummer. And I'm like, no, you got to do it, dude. But yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, it's not to say that it doesn't work, right? Like sublingual is a thing. The pharmaceutical companies are doing it. It's a thing. But it's not going to have the same results as an injectable. Right? Could it still give positive results? Absolutely. It's going to depend on the person. But so far, everybody that I'm watching online, because I'm watching all these people test it, I'm hearing the same thing over and over and over again. So, but, for people who hate doing a weekly injection, it's going to be perfect for them for maintenance. It's going to be perfect. You mean instead of doing a weekly injection, I can just do a weekly or bi-weekly sublingual, right? Swish it around in your mouth for 45 seconds? Psh, yeah. There are a lot of people that will jump all over that, and it will be hugely helpful for them. And it will also be an affordable option for them. So, yeah. So it has its place, but like you pointed out, I think it's important that people understand what that place is. So, oh, Shay says, speaking of fatigue, I'm calling it a good night. Good night, everybody. Good night. Thank you for coming. Thank you for playing. Doris said, I love your lives. I'm packing while listening. Ooh, Doris, you're packing. Where are you going? What are you packing for? But I'm glad you're loving it. Okay. Nurse Tara is back again. Yes, I've been watching your older videos, even commented on some of them. Great information. Still looking for your TDEE video. I'll find it soon. Okay. If you if you'll remind me, leave me, Nurse Tara, leave me a comment on any video that you want to. You can even wait until this live is over and comment on the live and remind me, say, hey, Allie, here's your reminder, TDEE video link. And what I'll do is I'll do the search through the videos because I have a search function that'll make it a lot easier. And then I can link it for you so you can go straight to it. But all you have to do is when this live is over, comment. You can't comment it now, right? Because we're in the live and I won't be able to see the comments after the live is over. But once this posts, or you could go to any other video, if you comment it, then I'll get the link for you so you don't have to hunt it down. Then you can just casually watch other videos. You don't have to be hunting for a specific video. I get that a lot in my comments because I have so many videos now. People are like, hey, you mentioned this video on this thing, but I can't find it. And I'm like, I know. It's because I have hundreds of videos. I'm sorry. But YouTube is doing improvements. So I hope that, they'll make the like search this channel type function that'll just make it easier for everybody. Okay, good. Christy Ann's going to keep us posted on the next appeal. Thank you. We appreciate that. Okay. Denise just says, I have to go through all the older videos. I'm basically a baby in this process, and that's totally okay. That's totally okay. On Dave's channel, which is, for those of you who don't know, Dave Knapp has a obesity news channel. It's called On the Pen. And I moonlight over there, and I'm doing a segment that's called the GLP1 game plan your newbie need to know. Now, I also post the videos here on my channel. It'll have its own little playlist. I knew the word would come to me eventually. So yeah, but I'm doing a whole segment focusing on helping the babies, right, that are new to GLP-1s. So yeah, but I love that for you. Because you get to watch all the funny videos that I have too. Like, hey, as a matter of fact, Denisha, when this is over, go watch the interview I did with the CEO of the pharmaceutical company. Okay? That one, that's such a great video. Or the one that I did on the GLP-1 patches. That was fun too. Okay, that's your homework. Report back next week. Okay, Sin says no promo code for LEMD. So I don't have a promo code for them. They are currently running a sale, but it's right down here on my little bar down here. See, it's got the link lemd.com/flavorfun. It'll be linked down in the description box of all of my videos. So you can copy and paste it and put it into your thing. But I don't have a promo code. They just run sales. So, but yeah, but there's no like discount code for that one. Okay. Lisa said, I injected in my arm first time this past week. No headache next day. Feeling great. That's awesome. I love that. Denisha said, I heard the arms hurt. I'm too scared to try. It's okay. I recommend that people try all of the injection sites in the first few months that they're on a GLP-1. Why? Because it's super helpful in figuring out which injection site you like best, what side effects you have, because for many people, they have different side effects based off of the injection site. So, for example, I started out testing all of the injection sites, And then I decided, wow, I really just don't have as severe side effects if I do injections in my thigh. So then I was just rotating thigh. What is this hand motion I'm doing? Stop it. Anyway, I was doing the injection in the thigh. And so that was really great. Well, then I lost a lot of weight. And so I had to switch to doing, you know, stomach injections, stomach, love handles, right? This whole center section here. Because it just wasn't as comfortable to do a thigh injection. I have never been a huge fan of arm injections, but I did do quite a few of them to try to break a stall, right? To see what the side effects were. So I encourage you to try everything once, right? Just try it one time. If you don't like it, meh, it's 10 seconds out of your life. And then you'll know, hey, I'm not really a fan of arms, right? Like me, I'm not really a fan of doing arms, but I know I can do it. And so every now and then I do. So, but you don't know how that's going to change over time as you lose weight. So that's why I say try them all, collect them all, and then you'll be good to go. Okay. Lisa said I was nervous, Denisha, but didn't feel it compared to thigh. Yeah. Yeah, it all just depends on, what's comfortable for you. Tanya said, "Thank you for answering my questions. You're the best." No, you're the best. And you're very welcome. Do I have any drink left? You know what the worst part is about getting all of these really fantastic drink cups that like keep your drink cold forever? When you run out of drink, the ice doesn't melt. This has been sitting here all this time. I still know melted ice in it. That's the downside. Kate, what are you doing, Kate? She was trying to help me. Yes, PNW, Pacific Northwest. Might be a goof. Yeah, I am a goof. I am a goof. But I have a lot of fun with corporate America people because at work I am constantly bombarded with, 20 gabillion abbreviations, right? PNW, BBC, OMG, BBQ, right? And so I always throw out the OMG BBQ and it gets people every time. But thank you. Thank you for clarifying. Pacific Northwest. I will probably forget that before our next live. I'm not going to lie. But thank you for clarifying. Elizabeth said the playback crew should henceforth be called Be Kind Rewind Crew. I love that. Elizabeth? Yes. The Be Kind Rewind Crew. I love it. Love it. Lisa says he electric heated everything. I have them all living in North Dakota. Yeah. You would have to, otherwise you'd be frozen. Kate also approves. And for those of you who don't know, Kate is my twin. Twinning. Miss Nisi. I think I nicked a small blood vessel during pen injection as it was way more blood than normal. Now feels like it's less effective. Is that just in my head? So if you find that it's just a little bit of blood, right? Just like a little bit, then you're probably fine. It's probably in your head. But if it was a good bit, like more than what just an alcohol wipe could handle, then yes, you may have hit a blood vessel and it may feel less effective, which is totally okay, right? Just kind of make a mental note of what the area is and just, try to steer clear of there. It happens. It has happened to me, I think maybe once or twice. And I have been on a GLP-1 doing all kinds of injections since November 17th of 2023. So that just kind of gives you an idea of how often you're going to hit a blood vessel or a vein, right? Like it does happen, not the end of the world. But yes, it may be normal to feel like it's less effective, and that's okay. Just got to avoid that area kind of going forward. Blackout. My doctor just bumped me up to 15 Mounjaro. I lost 7 pounds in a week, but craving sugar for the past 2 months. Okay, blackout, you got to let me know. Are you doing like a low carb? You said Mounjaro, so are you diabetic? Let me know. By the way, 7 pounds in 1 week. Holy cow. Were you losing weight before that, or did it just happen at 15? The reason why I ask is because some people, right, they have a big loss like at the beginning of their journey, but then some people don't, right? They don't have it until they reach that highest dose. So, blackout, give me some more info. Gimme. Okay. Scrolling down, gotta make sure I don't miss any questions because I see a QQQ. Okay. Jess says, okay, Allie, I just placed my NAD order using your link. Fingers crossed. Yeah, fantastic. I shall have my fingers crossed for you as well. I think it's going to be good. So far, the feedback that I'm getting from people is that they either love it right off the bat, right, which was the experience I had, or they're having to do a little bit of trial and error with their doctor to get the dosing just right, and then they love it. So far so good. Cynthia says, I told my doc about your channel. It's so refreshing to hear from someone that's been obese, walked the walk, and is now on this journey. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that there is something to be said, especially in the fitness community. Like, so lately I've been trying to build muscle, right? We're all been there. And so I'm specifically searching out creators who used to be either morbidly obese or obese, and they are now in the fitness space because I feel like they have a very real understanding, right? And I think that's important. Not to say that someone who's been thin and fit their whole life and is, in the big in the fitness community, not to say that they should be discredited, but I'm saying as far as my connection with them, like I feel like that's a more genuine connection, if that makes sense. Just my personal take. But yeah, that's been my thing lately. Is like fitness gurus that came from being morbidly obese or obese. So, Dora said, my daughter is moving to Leland, North Kakalaki. Going for the 10-hour drive with her and flying home. I will miss her and my 11-month-old grandson terribly. Aw. Plus, I'm afraid of flying. Be brave. Hey, listen, you're going to do great. You got this. You got this. So, anyway, for those of you who are just tuning in, I asked Doris earlier what she was packing. So she was giving us the update. Yeah, you're going to be fine. Listen, Doris, I used to be scared of flying. And I'm going to tell you the little trick that worked well for me. So what I do is I will wait until we get up in the air, right? I just kind of relax. I've got the hoodie that like goes over your eyes. You just kind of relax going up into the air. And then once you're up in the air, right, in the clouds, I open the window and I pretend that there's a dragon flying beside the plane and that we're both just cruising along at a lovely altitude in the clouds. And it's beautiful. Anyway, so insert magical creature here of your choosing and your liking and try it. Try it and see how you feel. I've been doing that ever since I was a little kid. Not scared of flying anymore. So I hope that helps you. Okay. Debbie says, I like the arms. Rick gives me the injections. That's because Rick is awesome. He has become a pro. Yes, I believe it. The left thigh gets bruised. Yeah. Yeah, that happens sometimes. I actually got a bruise last week that I was like, was that from my injection? And then I was like, yeah, it was. It was weird. I don't normally bruise, but some areas can be more susceptible to bruising. So yeah. Okay. Calamity Jane. The arms are my favorite. Suppression, but I can still eat. Stomach, I can barely eat on 5. I'm a type 1 diabetic on an insulin pump, needle inject before my BFF. So I'm not a good judge of pain. Oh, yeah. I feel you. I feel you on that. Okay, good. Margaret sent me a message. Okay, great. Thank you, Margaret. I was about to come back at you and be like, Margaret, I need an update. I've come down in these comments and you did not respond. Just kidding. I'm not going to harass you. I just want to make sure you're okay. I did have somebody reach out to me one time and they did have a misprint on their labeling from a compound pharmacy and I was super mad. Now, I was very happy with them because they knew enough to say, hey, I'm waiting for the doctor to get back to me. Can you look at this? And I was like, sure, I'll look at it for you. Anyway, it was an error by the compound pharmacy. So Margaret, I'm so glad that you caught that and you thought to ask. Okay. Okay, Mary Beth says, update, had to switch to semaglutide. What is the RT? Money? Had to switch to semaglutide because it's cheaper? Is that what you're saying? Oh, sorry, I hit send. Doing well, no side effects, maintaining compound. Okay. Okay, good. Good. All right, let me make sure that I'm caught up here. Doris says, I will see the creature from the Twilight Zone on the wing. There, hold on. It's still empty. Okay. There's something on the wing. Something on the wing. That was my best William Shatner. Thank you. I'm here all week. So, Doris, just remember that. Just remember my terrible William Shatner impression on the plane. You'll be fine. You'll start laughing and people will look at you like you're weird. But you and I will know why you're chuckling. You'd be like, psh, Allie, don't quit your day job. You're going to do great. You got this. Jess said, oh, the dragon story is cute. I'll try that. Fly air dragon on my next flight. Yeah. Or insert whatever creature you prefer. I actually told this story when I was under 18. So I must have been like 16, 17. Anyway, I was flying by myself and there was a young girl. I think she was probably like 9 or 10 flying by herself. And so the flight attendant put her next to me, right? Because we're both kind of young flying together. And she was really scared. And I told her about that story and it really worked for her. And she was like, I don't want to upset you, but I'm not seeing a dragon. I'm seeing a Pegasus. Is that okay? And I was like, yeah, that's totally fine. You can see whatever creature you want to see. It works. So anyway, I still wonder sometimes if that little girl has grown up and still envisions magical creatures in the clouds when she's flying to kind of get her mind off of things. Okay. Johanna has a question. Allie, do you think the FDA will approve Mounjaro for type 1 patients in the future? My son is type 1, and his endo said she already prescribes MJ to her type 1 patients, and they are doing great. Yes, I do. I think that there is more research that they will likely need to do, right, to get that designation. I don't think it's at the top of their priority list, right? Just being honest. Um, but yes, do I think it'll happen eventually? I do. I do. And it'll definitely be the Mounjaro that they go after, right? So it'll be all diabetes Mounjaro. So it'll be type 1 and type 2. I think that's the way they'll go about it. But unfortunately, I don't think they're gonna do it anytime soon. So yeah, Calamity Jane was saying eventually for type 1, the concern is severe hypoglycemia. Yeah. So it's something that somebody would have to be working very close with their doctor, right? Joanna, just like you just said. Um the endo says they're already doing it, right? And you got to remember that's the same thing they did with Mounjaro for weight loss, right? Originally, they were prescribing Mounjaro for weight loss, right? For patients who are not type 2 diabetic. So the more doctors are using it off label, then the more there's kind of like this need for the research to back it up, to give them kind of a game plan, right? So that they can utilize it as an option for more patients. So yeah. Okay. All right. We're going to have to wrap it up here soon. We're at 2 hours and 22 minutes. You guys are the best. No, Doris, you're the best. Okay. Calamity Jane, I'm able to get Zepbound for BMI. I just happened to be type 1. Took 3 years for the FDA to approve the Medtronic 780 gram insulin pump due to hypoglycemia concerns. Yeah. And it's an insulin pump. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time. Elizabeth said, so far, Be Kind Rewind shirts are in the lead. Okay, great. Thank you for the update. I figured everybody would like that as an option because I only say it in every video. All right. Hey, Carol's here. Hey, Carol. Hey, girl. Hey. Is our swimmer on tonight? Yeah. She already got out though. What headphones does she use? Sorry, Allie, probably not the right place to ask. Absolutely, this is the right place to ask. Shelly, she was in the shower earlier. It was Shelly in the shower. And we had a bunch of ashes all together. It was really fun. I don't remember if she said she does headphones or if she plays it on like a little speaker. But she was in the shower earlier. She had gotten out of the pool. So we may just have to ask her. I don't know if she's hanging out with us. She might be driving home at this point. But if she's here, she'll chime in. Shelly, if you're driving, don't do anything crazy. I'm watching you. Okay. All right. Maribeth says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Yes. So as you exit stage right or stage left, make sure that as you exit out of the live, you hit that like button because that lets other people know, hey, this was an enjoyable live. It pushes it out to them as an option so that they can be part of our Be Kind Rewind replay crew. Tanya giving the thumbs up. Okay. All right. I am completely caught up on all of the questions. So I'll give you guys just a second, just in case we've got any last minute questions to come in. I know there were a couple people that joined us late. Thank you so much for coming to hang out. And I super appreciate you guys you know, spending 2.5 hours with me. I love you. It's always so much fun. Like it just blows by. Okay. Sai's got a question. Hi, I don't see the link for the shirts in the description. Am I missing it somewhere else? Um, so I may have forgotten to put it in this description box, but if you look, Sai, if you look through the last few videos, you will see the shirts, right? They look like this. Pew, 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 pew. So you'll see them in the thumbnail, and the link is definitely under that one. I'm having to kind of go through and add the links in because I don't have it linked on every single one. But that video I think was from earlier this week or late last week. So if you go to that video, the links will be there and you'll be able to go check it out. And then there's multiple options. So then you get to see which one you want. I got multiple options. And the other shirts are great too. So make sure you check those out because a lot of them are super fun. Okay. Doris says good night. Good night. Thank you for coming to hang out. Okay. Kate says, what is your favorite sci-fi or fantasy movie? Okay. So there's a few, right? Because who could just pick one? I would say of all time, hey, Shelly is here. Okay, great. So I think she's answering the question down there. One at a time. Okay, Kate. Favorite of all time is going to be Krull. Krull. Not everyone has seen that one. That's old school. I also am a huge fan of the original Dune. Okay. The original Dune that they did on the Sci-Fi Channel. I love those. I love the new Dune stuff that's coming out. Let's see if we could get more fantasy. Fantasy. I don't know. I keep thinking about like really older movies, but yeah, if it's like space, right? If it's Star Trek, Star Wars, if it's unicorns, dragons, doesn't matter if it's for adults or for children, I'm a big fan. Like Unicorn Academy, which is a children's animated show on Netflix. I watched the first season of that because I was like, well, it's unicorns, so I gotta support it. Okay, all right, I guess I'm gonna watch this. And I got choked up in some of those episodes. I was like, man, they get me every time. So it's too funny. Okay. Great question, Kate, by the way. Hey, Shelly is here. No, I can hear while I was taking a shower. No headphones. Hope you all have a great night. I am in my own pool, not driving. Okay, good. Good. Kate said, of course, Dune is my favorite books and movies. Yeah, I did not read the books, but I think at some point I would like to, just because I'm big fan over on Book Talk. And so I watch all the people talking about the Dune books and like how weird stuff gets. And I'm like, do I want to watch that? Do I want to read that? I might want to read that. But I've got so much on my TBR to be read right now. I'm still working through the Throne of Glass series. This is my tiny book, by the way. Little tiny book.
Get that. Could you try again?
Hey, Siri, you need to calm down.
I'm relaxed, but alert.
Okay, then. She's always butting into my conversations. Okay. Okay, great. Sweet dreams, Allie. Thank you. Okay. All right, guys. I think we are all caught up. So I hope that you enjoyed the shenanery tonight. Thank you so much for being part of the fun. If you are part of our Be Kind, Rewind, Replay crew, make sure that you comment down below so that we know that you were here with us in thought and in spirit. And maybe you'll join us for the next live, right? I usually do them on Thursday, Friday, Wednesday. I'm kind of all over the place. It's really luck of the draw, but I love that you guys are here. Everybody's saying good night. Thank you so much. If you're looking for any of the links, right? If you need a GLP-1, if you're interested in more info about NAD, right? If you are looking to up your stock in GLP-1 snacks or shakes, like all of that is going to be in the description box below. Don't forget, if you are fighting with your insurance company, getclaimable.com, code Fitflavorfun, save money. They have a high success rate, right? I want everyone to have access to a GLP-1. And the more we fight these insurance companies and utilize companies like Get Claimable, right, the more we will push them in the right direction. Okay, I'm not going to get too preachy because we're going to bed. Okay. And as always, be kind, rewind.